All right, now what we're going to look at now is area of a square or rectangle. All right, now when we're talking about area of a square or rectangle, we have to know the formula for an area of a square or rectangle. Now when we're talking about, let's say, a square here, okay, area is everything that's on the inside of it. All right, we're looking for the inside. Again, like if you're painting this area, okay, this box, you want to find out what the area of the inside of it is. And when we talk about the outside, that's something completely different. That's perimeter. But what we're talking about here is going to be area. And there's a simple formula for area. Area is actually going to equal length times width. All right? Length times width. Now, if we look at this square up here, this would be the length of our square. Okay, and this would be the width of our square. So let's say, for example, we had a length of 10 feet, all right? And if it's a square, obviously it has to also be another 10 feet, okay? So it would be 10 feet times 10 feet. And 10 times 10 is actually going to get me 100, okay? Now, when we talk about area, everything is going to be in square units, which means that, if you think about it, a square foot, it means that if there was 1 square foot right here, we would need actually 100 of these to fill in this area, okay? So what we write is, and when we write this, we would write 100 feet squared, or you can also write 100 square feet, okay? They're both the same thing. So this is my example. Now, so I'm going to do a couple more just to show you. Let's say I have a rectangle, and my rectangle is a 10 by 6, and we'll say inches. Okay? 10 by 6 inches. Again, area is going to equal length times width. Okay? I have my length of 10 times my width of 6. And that's going to get me 60 square inches. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a couple examples for you to try on your own. Okay, you ready? Okay, so what I've done is I've given you some examples. Okay, so if you take a look at these, I have one that's a 5 by 3 foot. I have a 12 by 7 foot. Okay, I have a 3 inches by 8 inches. I have a 20 feet by 10 feet. And I have a 9 inches by 15 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you pause the video now. I'm going to have you do those, and then we're going to come back, and I'm going to actually answer them for you. All right, I'm back. So let's take a look at some of these, and let's try to find the answers. So our first one is a 3 by 5. So it would be 3 times 5 would get me 15 square feet. Okay? Next one would be a 12 by 7. Now, I know 12 by 7 in my head, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to write this one out so you can see my work. So 12 times 7 here. We've got 2 times 7, right? That would get me 14. I carry the 1. 7 times 1 is 7, plus my 1 is 8. So this one would be 84 square feet. I'll circle my answers too. My next one is a 3 by 8. So 3 times 8 will get me 24 square inches. Right? Next would be a 10 by 20. 20 times 10. Now the easy way of doing 20 times 10 is a little trick for you, is that you can just do 2 times 1 is 2, and then see how many zeros you have. There's 2 zeros there, so your answer would actually be 200, and it would be square feet, right? And then last but not least, we have 9 times 15. Ooh, that's a difficult one. I'm going to write this one out. 15 times 9. I've got 9 times 5 is 45. Carry my 4. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 4 is 13. So my answer is 135 square inches. All right? And that's it. That is area of a square or rectangle.